Welcome to part 11 of the Uncharted Drake's Fortune Let's Play. So, okay, to start this off, we have to survey this room. There appears to be no enemies, but this music is playing, so obviously something is going wrong, but I don't know, this could be a glitch or something, because the room seems fine to me, and son of a bitch! So, yes, of course, to start this off, we have another shootout segment. And where a room looked complete. It's like seriously, the room looked completely fine like 20 seconds ago. It looked completely empty, and now suddenly we have to. It's like suddenly they show up. This is yet another shootout segment where I end up dying a lot. So of course you can imagine all the editing hell I had to do. There was no way I can move from another piece of cover because there's a turret in this room on the far end. In this room. So again, this is me cutting to my most successful attempt, being where I finally passed this room. And my strategy for this guy is take out the big mook. He may not be carrying a shotgun, but he is carrying a powerful gun. I think the Wes. So but I don't go for him just yet, because if you run back here, you actually get a dragon sniper, which actually again, snipers aren't going to be introduced until chapter 13, but in terms of actually using one, this is probably the earliest you can ever use it. And they pretty much behave like any sniper rifle would do. When you aim, you're going to be looking into the sights automatically. This way you can get more of a precise shot. This is definitely one of the more powerful weapons, only because, much like the Wes, it kills in one hit, and it actually has a really good range. The only downside is, much like the Wes, you only have very limited ammo. Well, like, I'm talking like 5 bullets per dragon sniper. So, in a case like this, you might want to use your bullets very carefully. Take out that guy. That's actually another part of the strategy that I want to bring up. When you get to that point, when you get at the dragon sniper, make use of whatever bullets you can, but make sure you at least have enough to kill the guy that's on the turret. Because if you leave that guy alive while he's manning the turret, you're pretty much boned. Unless if you can manage to like hide behind the cover spots where the turret can't hit you. Other than that, that's really my best advice I can give for this shootout segment. And since, again, this is actually one of the harder shootout segments in the game, no surprise seeing how this is normal mode, and this is only chapter 11. You want to use your pistol? At least I want to use my pistol to kill whatever enemy that I have. At least that's right in front of me. This guy seems to be hiding behind one pillar. So I'm gonna try and use my grenade. At least my 3 grenades, which can help me out. Gotta aim with the stupid 6-axis though. Seriously. I don't know, maybe one day I might get the Nathan Drake collection for the PlayStation 4, but that's not gonna be until like very later. But as I stand now, I still hate how grenades work in this game so much. If they made a trilogy compilation for the PS3, then I wouldn't have too much of an issue. In fact, now that I think about it, I kind of... I don't know how I did that. I just faced to the piece of cover. So anyway, I want to climb up these stairs so I can man this turret and give these guys a taste of their own medicine. Yeah, payback's a bitch. Feels so good. Again, it just feels so good when you finally get a gun that's so powerful that the enemy's using all the time. It feels like you're the one in control. And that's a good thing. At least a good thing for me. But of course the turret can't last me forever, so I have to utilize my shotgun, which works wonders regardless. You have to booyah. And that is it for this room. Again, one of the more annoying rooms in the game. But if you make use of the Dragon Sniper, you should be able to know where to go and what cover spots to hide under and what enemies to kill. There's more of a strategy thing going on here, and I'm actually, well, then again, I'm pretty sure a lot of the Uncharted games would have some kind of strategy element to them, but this game especially does have one. Kind of reminds me of the first Ratchet and Clank now that I think about it.
Get this all on the boat now.
Hey!
Let's go, let's go!
How did you get here?
You really need to see this.
Now is really not the best time.
No, Nate!
What are you doing?
You really need to watch this. Just...
What?
Don't forget to stop on the dock.
And... Hello. He's alive.
Huh.
Hurry up.
I don't know, Nate. I mean... How much do you trust this guy? It's not exactly like they're holding him at gunpoint.
I know.
We got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it seems weird. But no, Sully's a lot of things, but he's not a backstabber. Which way were they headed?
Northish. Yeah, towards the mountains.
Okay, it's gotta be the monastery. Let's go.
What if it turns out he's working with them?
We either rescue him, or we beat the crap out of him. Hell, I might just beat the crap out of him anyway.
There's a lot of good lines like that in this game, I have to admit. So yeah, Sully's alive. Turns out he survived the gunshot from Gabriel Roman. Well, it'll be explained later on in the game, like about, say, part 13, where, yeah, it'll explain everything. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we have another shootout segment where, again, actually, now that, just to pick up where I left off before the cutscene played, hey, the reason why I say it reminds me of the first Ratchet and Clank, there's like a guy that, okay, that was really dumb. But the reason why this reminds me of the first Ratchet and Clank a little bit is only because of like how the weapons are played out. Like, in this game, ammo is plentiful. Ammo is plentiful in this game, but at the same time, it's like, in terms of how the enemies are played out, or at least laid out, and how the rooms where you have to fight them are designed, it definitely gives off more of a strategy element. And you know what, that's something I do applaud the game for, because it doesn't really, I mean, if it's your preference to go all balls to the walls nuts with your guns and whatnot, at least like run and gun, you know what, that's fine. You can do that, but it's definitely the more difficult way on how to kill enemies, at least how to like pass all these shootout segments. But in a game like this where I have like a lot of cover to hide from, or moments like this where I'm trying to shoot this guy but in between, like right through the guardrail, at least this old age guardrail, whatever, well, at least this ancient structure, I should say. That was really bad of me. You know, stuff like this where it definitely gives off more of a strategy element, I actually do applaud the game for that. You can choose whether or not you want to go balls to the walls nuts, or you can take your time and actually kill all the enemies. Taking your time and coming up with a strategy is definitely the better of the two, though, I will admit. So, yeah, you can do that. Hey, look, a Spanish gold coin. Yeah, in terms of how the textures are loading up, we've definitely seen that before, like at the end of part 1, as early as the end of part 1. But that's gonna happen a lot in this game. So, I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but it's kind of too late for me to mention it now. Sorry.
How does something like this happen?
See those scorch marks?
Uh-huh.
Somebody packed this place with enough gunpowder to blow it wide open. Ooh. Watch where you step. Some of these boards are really falling. Elena, I can't hold on! Give me your other hand! You've got to let it go!
Damn it!
Okay,
Oh, shit!
it's okay. Come on. Come on.
And now she's out of a job. Oh man. And well, I guess at some point in the story, I guess they have to get rid of the camera or something. So I guess they have to write it in a way that where they had to. So I guess I'm not one to judge. So this is me taking cover and making sure there's no enemies coming up. Turns out, well, there are enemies coming up soon, like right here actually. But you know, at the same time, I want to be cautious. You never know what could happen. Now there's enemies to kill. Great. This is where I could finally at least use some stealth tactics. It's gotta hide underneath. I forgot to pick up the Wes. This. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I go for the treasure. If that's not gonna help me in my shooting, but I go for the but I don't go for the gun. One of the more powerful guns. Apologies by me. I do, again, whenever I do see a powerful gun, I'll pick it up, but granted, I guess it's not all the time. I guess all the time would be more of like an exaggeration. Great. This is alright, so at this point melee combat works fine here because there's no other enemies. I don't know how melee combat worked here. Shot the guy in the face with the blind aim function. And then I killed this guy with another brutal combo. Brutal brawler. Yes. Oh great, another jet ski. God damn it. Okay, so that is the end of part 11, guys. And the next time we meet in part 12, we're going to be doing my least favorite chapter of the game. God. I'm GameMan5804, and see you all then.